Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, today we are going to start chapter number 3 of the novel Goodbye, Mr. Chips by James Hill. First of all, we will discuss Mrs. Wicket character. Mrs. Wicket was the in charge of the Lillian room at Brookfield. Her house was very close to the school, just across the road. After retirement, Mr. Chips started residing there. It was very easy for him. In this way, he did not lose his contact with the school. Mrs. Wicket was a very kind and caring lady. She paid full attention to Mr. Chips. She entertained his guest warmly. When Mr. Chips fell ill, she was of great help to him. It was mainly because of the kindness of Mrs. Wicket that Chips enjoyed perfect peace of mind after retirement. Next comes Mr. Chips' room at Mrs. Wicket's. Mrs. Wicket's house was quite ugly. The room that she gave to Mr. Chips was small but very comfortable and sunny. It was furnished simply and with school masterly taste. It had a few bookshelves on which were placed sporting trophies. It also had a mantelpiece crowded with fixture, cards, and signed photographs of boys and men. A worn Turkey carpet was laid on the floor. There were pictures on the wall of old cities of Greece and Rome. Big easy chairs were there to relax. Nearly everything had come out of his old housemaster's room in schoolhouse. The books were chiefly classical, for they had been his subject. There was also a bottom shelf piled up with cheap edition of detective novels, so there he lived with his quiet enjoyments of reading and talking and remembering. Next comes how he spent time at Mrs. Wicket's house. Mr. Chips' entertainment of his visitors at Mrs. Wicket's. Mr. Chips always loved visitors at Mrs. Wicket's. Schoolmasters, old and new boys, visited him very often. He made special point of view getting to know all the new boys. He invited the new boys to tea during their first term. He always ordered a walnut cake with pink icing from Red Vase in the village, and during the winter term there were crumpets too. His guests found it fun to watch him make tea. He would ask the new boys where they lived and if they had family connections at Brookfield. He kept watch to see that their plates were never empty, but punctually at 5 he would look at the clock and say them goodbye. बेटा इस चैप्टर में हमें ये बताया गया है कि मिस्टर चिप्स मिसेस विकेट के यहाँ रहाइश पजीर थे. ये घर तो इतना अच्छा नहीं था, लेकिन जो कमरा मिस्टर चिप्स के पास था वो आरामदेह और रोशन था. उसमें एशिया तकरीबन वही थी जो मिस्टर चिप्स के पास उस वक्त थी जब वो हाउस मास्टर थे. इस कमरे में मिस्टर चिप्स से मिलने के लिए तालिब इल्म और दूसरे मेहमान आते रहते थे. मिस्टर चिप्स तालिब इल्मों को टोलियों की शक्ल में मदऊ किया करते थे. उनकी खूब तवाज़ो होती, मिजाज के मुताबिक उनसे गुफ्तगू की जाती. मिस्टर चिप्स ने अपना कमरा जिस तरह से अरेंज किया हुआ था उससे उनके पेशे की, उनके प्रोफेशन की झलक नजर आती थी. कदीम अलूम, तारीख और अदब पर कई किताबें मौजूद थीं, लेकिन मिस्टर चिप्स की दिलचस्पी जासूसी नावलों में ज़्यादा थी. ऐसे नावल वो शौक से पढ़ा करते थे. अपने कमरे में बैठकर ज़्यादातर वक्त वो पुराने वक्त को याद करते थे. कभी कभार जब कोई मिलने आ जाता या फिर वो ब्रुकफील्ड स्कूल की डायरेक्टरी की तस्सी किया करते थे. मेहमानों के लिए उनकी चाय बनाने के अंदाज को लोग बहुत पसंद करते थे. ओके बेटा, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.